special is this atmosphere for you?
Yeah, of course. You know, this last 2 games we played at home, but look at this fantastic atmosphere. You know, we are losing, but you know, nobody never give up. And then for me, Willie and Brendan was changing the game. And then, of course, we're not winner, but we can get a point. It's good. Yeah.
I don't know, I promised you only one question, but just tell us that moment when the net bulges, it's 3-3 to complete the game. What was that like for you?
Yeah, of course. This week we did an amazing game, and then we got a 4 point. It's good, but we are still bottom, so we have to be better because so many concede. So we have to go to the next game.
Yeah, well done. I've got to let you go and find Anton. Where is he? Anton, what is this place like when it's like this?
I think everybody's seen it today. Look now at the atmosphere, it's unbelievable. Exactly for these moments, I think we play football. I still have goosebumps, and yeah, it's so great that today we took a point after such a performance.
So at 2-0, did you still feel alive in the game, or did it just take that moment, the penalty, to spark this place back into life, and then the team comes with it?
Yeah, 100%. Of course it was tough. Liverpool, they have amazing quality on the ball, but we suffered a lot. And then the 2 goals after halftime were too late. But then I think it's a big strength for us now that we come back against Liverpool, against the champion of last year, and we take a point. Of course it was because of the atmosphere. After the penalty, I think everybody were in standing position and so loud.
It's almost strange, isn't it, where the energy comes from. They go 2-0 up, you've had a really sort of big week with City and Chelsea, and then all of a sudden in that moment you all find an extra yard. Maybe the fragility of the run they've been on, that kicks in as well, and the game turns on its head.
Yeah, exactly. I think, of course, you are tired. You are 2-0 down against such a good opponent, but then you score a goal and the crowd is so loud. In your head there's like a switch on, and then you can run more and go on, go into the duels, and everybody's with you. It's like, in your head it's the whole city, and that's so great about the club.
Lastly then, what will this week do for your season, with all 3 sides and taking 4 points across the 3 games?
Yeah, I think it's great to take 4 points. I think against Man City we were a bit unlucky, but against such good sides, 4 points are great. But the most important is that we keep consistent. We keep going like this, just fighting for every point, and that's the most important after recovery, of course. Thank you.
Patrick, thank you very much. Anton Stach and Ao Tanaka, 2 of the goal scorers for Leeds United, the South leaders, Arsenal. There's a little gap emerging from Arsenal, then Man City 2 behind, and Villa also in that top 3. They are making some headway, and then there's 5 points to Chelsea in 4th, Everton on 24, Palace, Sunderland and Liverpool on 23, Spurs and Brighton, who play tomorrow, on 22, and Brighton will have a chance to move into the top 5 themselves. Newcastle climbing with their victory today, Manchester United in action on Monday, and then not another winner in the bottom half this weekend. Bournemouth climbing with their point. Leeds go up to 16th with that point, so they're 3 points clear of the bottom 3, and they've edged above Nottingham Forest after their defeat at Everton today.
Well, Dom, actually, for much of the evening, it was a good Liverpool performance. But do you stand there? Do you just feel crushed at the moment?
Yeah, I don't know what happened after 2-0. You know, I think we thought that that the game is over, and we just made sure at the beginning of the season, beginning of the game, that this is the kind of games where you can never underestimate the team who you play against, and maybe after a penalty, they just had their momentums, scored a 2-2. We came back, so it's a good reaction from the team again, and yeah, just conceding again from a set piece is not the nicest way.
Do you think the poor run has
eating away at your confidence to the extent that when a bad moment happens in a game you're in total control of, suddenly all the good play that you've shown before that, it all sort of disappears?
I don't know. I think you're right, but also after the 2-2, we showed the good reaction. We showed our mentality. We wanted to come back because we knew we made a mistake in a way that we let them come back for 2-2, scored a 3-2, and as I said before, nothing to say about the result.
How much of a toll is this bad run starting to take on the dressing room, Dom?
Well, what is in the dressing room, it stays in the dressing room. It's not for the public, first of all, but it's us. We have to manage it. We have to find solutions, I can always come up with the opportunity on Tuesday or in the Champions League or on the weekend again. But there are also times where you have to look at yourself, everybody, go home, just think and ask yourself if you did everything what is possible. And if the answer is yes, then we just keep going and the momentum gonna come.
Do you feel like that champion team from last season is still in there? It's not maybe as far off as it feels right now?
That's a good question. It's hard to speak about it. Last year we became champion. Now I don't even know which position we are. Every team is doing well. Obviously every team want to win against the champions. That's we knew before the season as well. So now we have to find solutions. We have to show reactions, and everybody has to take responsibility, and not always the old guys or the guys who are here longer. Everybody go on the pitch and show it that you're ready to fight for this badge.
Thanks for coming up.
Thanks.
Well, a reminder that Liverpool find themselves in 8th now, 10 points off the leaders. Do you feel for him a little bit, Jamie? Does he deserve to be on a side that didn't win the game tonight?
Absolutely, and the winning goal. I think this season, not just this game, this season has been Liverpool's best player. He's had to play in an assortment of positions, right back, right midfield, central midfield, and every game he's pretty much been their outstanding performer. So yes, I do, but right now, Liverpool, I mean, they had Leeds on the ropes, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but they have this ability right now to just continuously punch themselves in the face. It's almost self-sabotage. You know, they was in such a great position. Like he said, they show character to go 3-2 up, but they have an ability to just throw games away, and that confidence right now to just see out games isn't there. But there was a lot of good signs from Liverpool as well, and they spoke about the third goal Liverpool scored was as good a team goal as you wish to see.
Well, let's see it, Jamie.
Well, it was brilliant.
We thought this was the winning goal at this moment.
And I'll talk about it from a Liverpool's perspective here, because Curtis Jones just drops into that back four. You can see he's very calm. Tanaka then decides to go and engage, and then that leaves this man here, Gravenberch, completely free. McAllister makes a great run. Goodmanson has to run in with him, and then that just creates that overload for Szoboszlai to take a lovely first touch. Just watch that run. Number 3, he has to go in with here, and now all of a sudden, great over, and he just finishes it perfect. Well, it's just with Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan used to have that free throw, he'd always have his tongue out, and it was always that concentration. And that was a brilliant team goal. And I thought, I was calm. Then we're going to win this game. I look around for 1 second, get a corner, and all of a sudden it's 3-3. But I will also congratulate Leeds. It's the right thing to do. The momentum, the crowd, everything they brought today, because it wasn't easy. Made good subs to manager. I think that's fair to say as well, Stuart.
And it comes down a little bit to character for Leeds as well, and the fine details. The fine details for Liverpool of trying to defend a set piece in the final stages, and for Leeds to make in their favour.
Yeah, it is, and like Liverpool done so well to kill the atmosphere after coming back to 2-2. But you just see here, I'm looking at Konate again, and he sort of, you'll see it from the next angle that comes in, he sort of ducks out of the way of it. Whether he gets a call from Gravenberch, whether he doesn't realise that somebody's behind him, and then Tanaka, you know, he's just got to make contact with it. He does well, to be fair, to hit it down into the ground away. You see Konate there, he sort of drops his shoulder away from it. Whether he gets a call or not, I don't know, but you just always felt that if Leeds could get a set piece in the last few minutes, that they could cause a bit of chaos. As Jamie says, Liverpool have a habit of punching themselves in the face.
It does hit an arm there. That's Gravenberch to clear it up. Jamie, just show us where Konate is.
Can you just stop it there, please? If you could just hit the back post. Liverpool have got a pretty good setup there. I think there's Isak, there's Virgil van Dijk, Konate, and then Gravenberch at the back post. Now, Gravenberch gets attracted to the ball, and I don't think he does well enough. The Stewart's spot on. I see too many players ducking out the way. You've got to see Konate coming. You're a 6'4" defender. You've got to come and win that ball. You're hanging on to a lead here. Look at Gravenberch, he gets sucked in, he then ducks out the way, actually hits his arm. It would be interesting to see whether the referee might have even looked at that one. And Tanaka's at the back post, just thinking, this might fall to me here, and he does well. And all he had to do was keep it down, because it's very easy for that one to lift up into the roof of the net, and you can just see the frustration. You know, it's nothing you can do.
But for Ao Tanaka to have two significant contributions in a single week.
Yeah, delighted for him. Obviously, for whatever reason, he didn't play tonight, whether he had a knock. I think Daniel alluded to it in his press conference yesterday, that he had a slight knock from Wednesday night. He's come on, he's affected the game, and that's what he's got. We said at half-time that I felt that he's the player that can sort of get leads on the ball and help dictate things. The manager had to make a change when they're 2-0 down. He changes shape, he goes to 4-3-3, what we've seen all season, and believe it or not, it becomes effective, which it really hasn't been all season. But
Aronson and Gnonto did make a difference.
And Gnonto, the substitutions he brought on makes a difference, don't they? Gnonto wins a penalty. Aronson sets Anton Stach up for the second, and Tanaka scores the third. So huge credit to Daniel.
The problem for Liverpool, Jamie, is not tonight necessarily, is it? Because you can, drop points in difficult circumstances like this was after 3 games in a week. It's this collection of results, which is starting to weigh pretty heavily around the neck of Arne Slot. Let's say that.
Yeah, it's a rotten run. It really is. And I had my piece, and I said my piece on Arne Slot. I don't, look, people are going to talk about him again. I don't see it. I think we have to be very patient here. It's in a difficult season.
So for you, does he get the season whatever happens? Because it's 10 points.
I mean, it
10
all
points
depends.
right now.
Yeah, if they keep getting beaten and they don't win again this season, of course, then it's a totally different story. The guy won the Premier League in May, and he did an amazing job. And the lack of respect for him in this period has been, I find it pretty amazing. But they are on a bad run, and they've got to show some character. But it's not just on him. I look at the players have to take responsibility. I don't think they're performing well enough. Konate's decision for the penalty was just unbelievable.
And did that change the game for you?
Absolutely. You are cruising, you're flying, everything's calm. Liverpool were under no duress whatsoever. He decides to run out and make one of the most reckless, I think the referee actually summed it up perfectly, a reckless decision to get Leeds back into the game. Without that, you are cruising, and then it could have been 3, it could have been 4, then you bring on Salah, then you bring on Isak, but he made and all of a sudden, Stuart knows that club better than I do, but that momentum just shifted and all the crowd then
you heard the crowd lift, didn't you, from that point? And Leeds very happy to get a point, and Liverpool left to rue some mistakes, which we will reflect on in just a moment.
To let it slip like that, I guess it'll be hard to find the words, but what's the mood in that dressing room you just walked out of?
Yeah, that is simple. That is what everyone can understand. It's not the first time. We dropped points, not the first time we conceded a goal in the last minute. It's not the first time we conceded a set piece, so everyone can, I think, understand what the mood was in the dressing room.
So why do you think, like you say, not the first time for any of those things, why did it happen again?
I can only explain every single time, but let's keep it to this game. 2-0 up. I don't think we've conceded till that moment any chance. And the penalty wasn't a chance as well for them, but we made it a chance because it led to a penalty, VAR intervention one more time. So 2-1, then maybe their first chance of the game led to the 2-2. We showed mentality to go 3-2 up. I think after that I felt we had control. Of course there's always the lone ball, second ball, which you cannot always make sure that doesn't happen. And then a set piece comes in extra time. 9 minutes of extra time, and they score. Yeah, that is part of our season, but the only ones to blame is us, because we do concede these chances. We do so much to create. So it's not easy for us to score a goal, though today we scored 3. If you score 3 goals in an away game, that should normally be enough to win a game of football, especially if you hardly concede a chance.
I know that no manager wants to stand in front of these boards and single out a player, but with that challenge that led to the penalty, is it just you invite them back into the match, you bring the crowd back into the game, and a match that looked really under control, suddenly it's chaos?
Yeah, what you can say is that he tries to do everything to prevent a cross from coming. So if you want to call it a mistake, it's a mistake from hard work, from trying. Yeah, and there was contact, that's for sure. The player already, I think, was on his way going to the floor. But again, we should, in that situation, look at ourselves and not at the referee or the VAR.
Did we see at that point that the bad run that you've had has just left you really fragile? The second something goes wrong, even though you did make it 3-2, the control you've had, the confidence seems to drain out of the team.
Yeah, but I think no matter which situation you are as a team, if you go, if you're 2-0 up and you control the game completely and the fans were quiet, not constantly, but in general, I think we were where we wanted to be. Yeah, if you then concede a goal, going 2-1, they come back to end the game with 2-1. Yeah, then I think if you play in this stadium, the fans will always give it a go one more time, and the players as well. And like I said, I don't think we've conceded afterwards a chance, but the first chance we did concede led to a shot from a difficult angle, I think, but went in, 2-2. And then we came back with mentality, with a great attack. So we have to do a lot of things well to score a goal. And 3-3 is, as you saw.
Yeah. Just tell us about some of the changes you made. The first double change, I guess at that point they've just switched formation and you're trying to lock down the match?
No, I took off Florian and the other one was Connor. Yep. That's both related to the amount of games they've played coming back from an injury. Connor's been out for a long time. And he had repetitive, repetitive injuries on his hamstring. So, yeah. We always knew before this game he could play 60, so I pushed it towards 66, 67, I think. Flo has played so many minutes, and we have to keep him fit. But I don't think it was about it. It wasn't about the ones I brought in.
Were you close to using Mo Salah at all? Come on, I didn't. I might be wrong. I didn't see him really warm up during the second half.
I think all the players go for a warm-up on a regular basis, but we were 2-0 up, we were 3-2 up. I think it was at that moment of time more about controlling the game, and we didn't need a goal at that moment of time. And normally, when you need a goal, like last week against Sunderland, I brought Mo in. Today it felt to me that we needed different players like Wata. I've brought him in many times when we needed to bring the wing over the line. And he gave everything, I think, what I could expect from him, and he was also not part in us conceding the 3-3.
What happens with Mo medium, short term, Arne? It's hard to see a player of that stature and kind of knowing what's happened in the past when he's been left out of the team. It's hard to see him accepting a situation like this for too long.
No, first, like I said before the game, we have to accept the situation we are in, and I make my choices based on that. And the short-term future of Mo is that he goes in a week time to the African Cup of Nations, and but before that we play Inter and Brighton.
Okay. Are you still absolutely sure you can fix this? Did you see enough today to think, that great team that you took to the title last season, it's in there somewhere?
If you want to base it on what we've seen today and what we've showed many times this season, then there's every reason to be very positive. But it's also not for the first time that when we show a lot of positive things, there's not a lot the other team needs to do to score a goal against us, and that is what we have to fix. But I don't think, maybe we've played only 2 games that the other team created more chances than us. But yeah, that's not where it's about in football. It's about scoring goals, it's about results, it's about not conceding. And but if you look at the way we play and the way the boys keep going, and when the disappointment is there after the 2-2, they come back to a 3-2. Was it after the 3-3 that Virgil had his header also?
I think so.
I think so, yeah. So even again, then the boys were trying it. So that tells me again, like I said earlier, there's to take from this game, but it gets harder and harder to address the positive if the results go against you so many times.
Thank you, Arne.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Elland Road erupted late as Leeds snatched a dramatic stoppage-time equalizer to earn a 3-3 draw against Liverpool. It was a rollercoaster of a second half, full of twists, turns, and moments that will linger in the memory for both sets of fans. Let's break down the key events. After a goalless first half, Liverpool seemed in control when Hugo Ekitike struck twice in quick succession, putting the visitors 2-0 up. It looked like Arne Slot's side were finally getting back on track following a difficult run of 9 defeats in 12 games. But Leeds refused to lie down. A crucial penalty was awarded after Ibrahima Konate fouled Wilfried Gnonto, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin converted from the spot to reduce the deficit. Then, in the 75th minute, Anton Stach fired in to make it 2-2, and the momentum shifted firmly in the home side's favour. Liverpool thought they had regained the upper hand when Dominik Szoboszlai scored 5 minutes later, seemingly securing a vital 3 points for the visitors. But there was still one final twist. Ao Tanaka, coming off the bench, volleyed home from a Leeds corner deep into stoppage time, sending Elland Road into bedlam and ensuring the match finished 3-3. Liverpool remain unbeaten in 3 but continue to show vulnerability, especially when Mohamed Salah is left on the bench. Leeds demonstrated resilience, character, and a refusal to surrender, earning a point that pushes them up to 16th place, 3 points clear of the relegation zone. A thrilling end-to-end contest, full of drama and late drama at Elland Road, highlights the unpredictability of the Premier League. For Liverpool, it's another lesson in dropping points, while for Leeds, it's a confidence-boosting comeback that could prove crucial in the fight for survival. This has been your Sport Lab match recap. Stay tuned for tactical breakdowns, highlights, and all the latest Premier League updates.